connect with and what to do. And JD was one of those folks who invited me to his home. I sat down with his lovely wife, and we sat at the table. I said, JD, man, what is it that we need to do? What can I do? How can I help? Where do we need to go? And JD looked at me and said, Roland, we have to get involved with financial literacy. We have to teach folks about economics, and we have to teach them in a way that we can grow our own seeds and develop our own dominion over our own land and continue to progress from there. And he said he would help me any way I can to continue to advance that. And brothers like these and sisters that you see out there, we've had those conversations, and you hear more about it from Chris in a minute, and Heartbeat, because they're involved in that as well. But JD, if you would for me real quick, man, tell the folks a little bit about who you are, where your ministry is, and what you're doing in our community. And congratulations on your advanced education.
Oh, thank you.
Tell the folks about
I
it.
know about that.
Come on, man, I pay attention to everything. Pastor JD Galladay, folks.
Well, first, let's give it up for Roland Grimes here.
Bubba!
Roland Bubba Grimes, yes, sir. One of the few people that ever ran me over in football, literally. I mean, because he was a big guy in high school, first of all.
Was a big guy.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he was like 200 and
Yeah, something like that.
something, and I was like 155 pounds, and I said, I'm going to tackle Bubba. And I tell this story to my son all the time, and all I remember is laying on my back with shoestrings in my face. I tackled him, but he ran me clear over. But I appreciate the panelists that you had on here, and also Bernard Joseph. We played football and basketball together, and man, these guys were intelligent. And we didn't have an opportunity to ask a question, and maybe you can address the audience later with this. I wanted to know the staple, what set you guys apart academically back then. Because you all, I mean, they were really smart, but I remember you all during graduation, you were getting awards. I believe you got an award. And so that left something. I wasn't the smart one, okay? I wasn't the smart.
Because you just didn't do your homework.
I didn't do my homework. I sure didn't. And you guys, it gave you all opportunity to, to move forward in life. And I'm recently back in school. I just finished an associate's degree. About a year and a half out of finishing my bachelor's degree. And it has a undergrad, a minor of finance, as you mentioned, because one of the things that I want to do for the community is simply that, when a child is birthed, they're birthed head first. And later on, they begin to walk. In too many instances, people are trying to walk out situations without getting their mind wrapped around it first. And so I wanted to go back to school, get my credentials right, so that when I stood before people and actually did any type of programs, I wanted to make sure that I knew exactly what I was talking about. And so, during those early years, I got saved and born again early. God transformed my life, saved me, took me out, and just cleaned me up and put me on the right path. And, I watched you guys finish your college education, and I admire that. That's something, I mean, you got to give it up for all these guys that finished their education. That's so powerful. And I don't want to hold up any time. I wasn't expecting to come up on the stage, but I appreciate you inviting me up here. But, man, I got to give it up to you. I remember you started this vision, and the vision has come to pass. And a lot of people don't have vision, and so I commend you that you stuck with it, and it's actually coming to fruition. So if y'all can give it up for him one more time. I appreciate you. I love you. God bless you. And I got to go so I can get this Mother's Day message together. And happy Mother's Day to all the moms out there.
Too, man. So I just wanted to give my man a chance to say hello to folks before he left, because he's been an inspiration. I did give this vision to him sitting at his kitchen table, and he just said, man, look, one thing I know about you, Bubba, is you're consistent. Consistently right or consistently wrong, you're at least consistent. And this guy's sitting right next to me. Oh my goodness, when you talk about consistency, I joke about people who've known me since I was in diapers. Well, I'm sitting next to a guy that actually saw me in my diapers.
I'm not gonna confirm that.
I'm talking about from the beginning, and it's funny because this young man has toured about how many countries, man, so far playing that thing?
Everywhere. Germany, England, Japan, Africa, back to the States.
How many of you have heard of a female go-go group called Belladonna? What's your relationship with them, man?
I am the assistant manager for Belladonna. I do the stage coordination and marketing.
How many of you ever heard of a go-go band called Trouble Funk? Sir Chris?
I'm the lead percussionist for Trouble Funk.
And he nicknamed me Cramps.
Yeah.
Were you there that day?
I was at the game that day.
Go Bubba, go Bubba!
Bernard can attest this. He probably doesn't remember me because I was a very little kid at the time, but he started on the 5-yard line.
I don't want to hear the story.
What's Smitty's name?
Greg Steve Smith.
Steve Smith. So Steve Smith and Bubba had this competition all their lives playing football. They both very good at football. And you had just recently, maybe that year changed over from defense to offense. So you had a 225-pound running back.
Yeah, 225, Bernard.
In high school. And at the time, like, that was unheard of. So when he changed, we didn't think he would be good at it, but he was great at it. But this particular play, he got all the way down to the 5-yard line, and we just saw Bubba fall. And I said, oh my God, I can't believe he falling on the 5-yard line, man. Get your big butt up, man. Anyway, I started calling him Cramps after that.
Well, unfortunately, back then when you fell on it, well, still in college, in high school, once you hit the ground, it's over. So I got up, and then like referees were like, son, you just can't do anything with it. All right, but all of those continents you played in, this man to my extreme right. Come on, man, how many continents, bro? There's 7 of them on the face of the earth.
78 countries.
Wow. Wow. Oprah?
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, I'm not even gonna try to do the resume. Tell us some of the brands that you've played with.
Wow. Chuck Brown, Shaka Khan, Cover Me Bad, DVD, Tony, CNC Music Factory, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Dog Eat Dog. Keep going.
Rico Suave.
Rico Suave.
Isn't that something? Right in our backyard. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my man Heartbeat. Because, Heartbeat has the #1 Google show in the world, comes on every Tuesday night here on Eli Media at 8 o'clock p.m. It's supposed to end at 10, but sometimes we go to the next morning with my man Heartbeat, and he has a chance to introduce us to so many wonderful people in that arena. Look, you guys, there's no way we can fit you all in a short span of time. What I wanted to do was introduce you to people and have people introduce themselves to you. I'm going to go quick because you all will be back on when we get ready to take this thing on the road, because the game plan with the Rolling Ground show is to take it all over the country. College campuses and venues all over the country, and take some of you folks with us. So I'm going to do a speedy intro with you all because everyone else will be able to fill in the blanks as we go. Chris, I'm going to start with you. Right now, it is your desire to do something with the entertainment community, especially the music community now, especially with the youngsters. What is it that is on your heart to do with them?
Well, just recently I started a company along with my partner Cassandra Adams called AC Productions. And we're going to be doing a lot of music recording, but the most important thing we're going to do is to try to educate the artists. You know, record companies don't have artist development anymore, and kids don't learn what it is to be in the music industry. So I want to, you know, give kids that education through my hard knocks and some of my successes, and give them a step up before they get into the game and don't know exactly what it is they're getting into. So my main objective is to re-educate existing artists and get those aspiring artists information they need so they don't go out there butt naked, as I call it, and not know what it is, their rights, and what they're privy to as artists, from recording to performing and everything.
Contracts, rights to their music, things like that, being able to
Everything,
understand.
publishing, writing, what a 360 deal is, why it can be good for you, why it's not good for you, everything that goes involved with learning the business of music before you go out there and start recording and playing.
Now, Heartbeat, there's a lot of overlap now because as he's speaking, I'm also, Greg, thinking in terms of athletics is now moving into that arena. I'm also thinking in terms of authors are moving into that arena because all of it now, even intellectual property like we're involved in, is now part of the entertainment industry. So as we move in that arena, man, you are around a lot of folks and you're having this conversation. How important is it right now for us to really begin to spend the time sitting down studying, having time, just like we rehearse, have study time so we can learn the game within the game?
Well, first and foremost, thanks for having me. Like Dr. Z said, and the guy before him, education is everything. In order to go forward in any aspect of life, you have to have the education. You have to have the education in your background. Like when I do my show, it's mainly to pay homage and tribute to all our forefathers in the local music community. But like I said, education is everything. If you ain't got education, you ain't got nothing. You can't go forward with nothing. So what Chris is doing, and I'm helping him out too on this agenda. We talked briefly about that. And just, each one teach one.
I'm gonna throw something out, actually tell me what it means. CPU.
Congo Player United.
What is that?
Wow. Congo's Player United consists of like 35 to 40 Congo players. From Go-Go Mickey, the Jungle Boogie, the Rocksteady, the Geronimo, Leroy Boogie Greer back there. All the Congo players, man. We come together like twice a month and we fellowship and get together. I am the co-founder of it. I'm the leader of CPU. All right. It's just it's unheard of because in Go-Go it's like we have this thing called everybody's like crabs in a barrel. Don't nobody get along. But when we all get together, it's just fellowship. Nobody yells at each other. We just come together and love on one another. And it's so funny when people come to the show and see all these Congo players, all the heroes together. They're like, in shock.
No, I was tripping because I know that you guys used to go to war.
Yeah.
Sometimes. Mm-hmm. Like you talked about the violence in Go-Go in that documentary we did with you and how rock stars got in the pits and and the jazz bands used to fight over who was going to get on stage, man. I watch these guys go to war with each other sometimes, but now I'm watching them come together.
Now don't get it wrong, don't get it twisted.
No.
See my name, like me and him, I tell him I kick his ass on the Congo.
Still a competition.
Like I do a Congo battle. We're going to do another one. The first one went viral, over 3 million worldwide views, and we're gearing up to do another one. So yeah,
but you keep the battle within the lines.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then when that's over, now you come together, y'all
Yeah.
break bread.
It's a healthy fight.
Yeah.
Competition.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. Both of them happy. Both of them happy to compete, play their contract. Whoever thought Congos was like a war between tribes?
You know, stage, I mean, even with Boogie, I mean, I always cheat and pick up stuff Boogie playing.
Yeah, we all.
But it's just a matter of competition and trying to raise your level of playing. I mean, you can always pick something up. I'm 50, I'm still learning, so it's all good.
Man, this is awesome. Folks, I'm going to throw this out just in case somebody has something run through their mind. Does anyone have a question about anything that these gentlemen talk about right now? Please take this moment and pose your question. Awesome. Now, as you move forward, I'm going to...
She had a question.
Oh, I didn't see a hand. Yes, right.
Yes,